guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm outside enjoying my back porch right now, but I wanted to check in because I haven't posted a YouTube video in a while, and I feel like this happens all the time. I have such big plans to post on YouTube and make videos, and then something happens and YouTube just kind of falls to the back burner. But I am determined to start putting out some vlogs for you guys, some cozier vlogs, and I want to use this video as kind of just an update to what has been going on, because last video I posted, I was planting my garden. I had big plans for the spring and the summer, and all of that just kind of fell apart. So I'm gonna unpack all of that, some things that I've been going through, some things that I've been struggling with, some things that I have just been loving and that have changed in my life. And I also need to do my makeup. So while my kids are napping, I'm gonna sit out here, put on a little bit of makeup, and just chat with you guys. If you are new here, my name is Riley. I'm a mom of 3. I'm a work from home mom, and I love to post lifestyle content, recipes, cozy things, just a little bit of everything over here, kind of whatever my season of life I'm feeling. That is what I'm posting about, and I try my best to be real and relatable, but I just want to introduce myself, say I'm so happy you're here, and we're gonna get into doing some makeup today. I wish I had a drink. I already drank all my coffee. I'm trying to think of where I left off last time. I think I was planting my garden. I was prepping for the springtime, and then I'm just gonna go straight in with everything. We had an opportunity to buy my grandparents' cabin, and this has been a dream of mine since I was a little kid. This is something I've always wanted to do, and we were just at a point in our life where we have been wanting to make a change. My husband and I absolutely love change. Also, excuse my hands and my fingers. We tie-dyed shirts the other day, and I just rinsed them out today, so now my fingers are like blue and green and purple. We had been in a season of wanting to change. My husband and I love change. We've been wanting to move for a while now. We're just kind of outgrowing our current house, and we want a little bit of privacy. Back up a little bit. I'm sorry. This has already started off kind of like crazy ADHD tangent. But last winter, my husband and I were both laid off from our jobs, and I can't remember if I talked about this in another video. I know I've shared it on like my Instagram and my TikTok, and that was like really big blow financially for us, if I'm being honest. And we got into a lot of debt on top of some debt that we were already trying to pay off, and it was just not a good situation. We literally were dead in the water, had no idea what we were going to do, because we rely on both of our incomes to live and to make it. So we, right before Thanksgiving, right before Christmas, we were like, what in the world are we going to do? We have 3 kids, we have bills, we have credit card debt already that we're trying to pay off. So in that season, I was so thankful that I was able to find another job, and quickly, which right before Christmas, which like I was so shocked, and I could not give anyone else the glory other than God in that season of my life. Like it was just so miraculous that something like that had worked out for us, and that is kind of what gave my husband the push to really go all in on his fence business. That is something that he had been back and forth with for a few months, and just like wasn't sure if that's what he should do or if he should stay in like a more stable 9-to-5. So that kind of gave him the push to start his fence business literally in the middle of winter. And I'm telling you, I had no other explanation than the grace of God that got us through that season, because he had fence jobs throughout the winter. Fencing wasn't something that he had ever done before, and it was just kind of a sad, more tough season of life, but I feel like it showed me a lot of things, and it brought my husband and I so much closer, and we were truly the happiest that we had ever been, with the least amount of money, the least amount of security, just like the least amount of like certainty that we had literally ever had in our entire lives. And that really just set off like a whole perspective, a whole kind of lifestyle shift for us. It's been 6 months ago now, and I feel like a lot has happened in between there. So going into the spring, we were still kind of recovering from that, and we had another property in mind that we were trying to buy in the midst of all of this, but that kind of got shut down because there was some fraud with the loan company, with the mortgage company, that like it was a hot mess. I don't know. I won't get into the weeds with all the logistics, but it was kind of a hot mess situation. We ended up having to back out of that, which we had plans to buy it and build. Like, it had a pond. It was just the cutest little piece of land, and we could really see ourselves there, but it just like wasn't the time. Everything that we tried to do to buy it just was not working. So it just wasn't our time for doing that. And then a few months later, we had still like kind of wanted to sell our house to hopefully pay off a little bit of our debt, get ourselves in a better situation. And we had always wanted to buy my grandparents' cabin. That's always something that has been a dream of mine, and that I just always thought would be so fun to keep it in the family. So we went through the whole process of listing our house. Things just ended up not working out. The family ended up not wanting to sell, which is completely fine. And since I had switched jobs so recently, and my husband owns his own business, if you have not been in business for 2 years, it is very hard to get a loan if you are self-employed. And since I had recently switched jobs again, there was just so many different factors for that didn't work out, and things behind the scenes that I was praying for, of just like asking God for confirmation if this was right for us, if it was not right for us. And there was so many things that led me to believe like this is where we're meant to stay right now. And in this season of life, I've really just been working on so much contentment, and I've been working on just changing my perspective on what I do have. And like, we love our house that we live in now. We built it. It was our first house. We've brought all of our kids home to this house. It's not like we're itching to get out of here. We just want a little bit more privacy, a little bit more outdoor space eventually. I have never been the type of person who wants like a very big house. I love small and cozy houses, and that is kind of what led me to like kick off this whole butter mom trend. All this butter mom content that I've been posting is just because I'm tired of living like this hustle and bustle. And the past like 2 and 3 years, I feel like have just been a constant hustle and bustle in my life, being a work from home mom and having all of my kids at home with me and trying to balance working and just like being a wife and being a mom and taking care of my house, and then my husband starting his own business. Like, we've just made a lot of sacrifices in our life, and our life has just been kind of busy because of all these things. Sometimes we feel like we choose the path of most resistance. We just like make things so much harder on ourselves. I'm really struggling with that lately, just comparison. I just know that God has something bigger, and I just keep hearing this statement of like, purify your life and I will bless it. And all these different things that we've been trying to do, like selling our house, trying to buy different land to like fix our financial situation, just hasn't been working. So we're just in a season of having to really just buckle down on our finances and get everything like back in order, figure out a budget, pay it down, just get in a better situation to like see the fruits of where we want to be. And pursuing social media and kind of slowing down my life is number one priority. I just want more time back with my kids and my husband and my family. And I feel like people often think like, if you're a work from home mom, you do have the best of both worlds. And I do, in a sense, have the best of both worlds being a work from home mom, but sometimes I just feel like I'm stretched so thin in so many different areas of my life. And I'm in such a better headspace with being a work from home mom now than I have been in the past year or two of my life. And I think my kids are getting older, and again, I've found my faith, and I just had that big perspective shift with losing my jobs and just hitting rock bottom and having kind of everything stripped away and like bare bones, bare minimum of like what is the most important thing in my life. And during those few weeks where my husband and I both didn't have a job, we spent so much time with each other, so much time with our kids, just uninterrupted time, because I mean what else was there to do other than job hunting and just kind of waiting for something to come along. So I just wanted to catch you guys up on that whole situation where I've been for the past few months, and with listing our house and thinking we were going to move, I did not plant a garden. The only thing that I have getting me through this spring and summer is my strawberries, which they are doing amazing. That variety that I planted, I will recommend 10 times over, but we didn't plant any sweet corn, no potatoes, no peas, cucumbers, anything like that. And I really wish that I would have at least planted something, but it's getting a little bit too hot, I think, to plant anything right now. So I'm just going to kind of give myself a reset, a rest for this spring and summer, and then next year kind of go full force back into garden mode. I'm going to move inside because I'm sweating. I had to come in. I was melting out there. Last week it was like beautiful, sunny, 75 all week, a little breezy, and now it is like 90 and humid and outside. I want to say I'm very excited to move into a new season of content. I just feel like I've had this whole just 180 happen in my life, and I wanted to get away from like the work from home mom content and just talking about all of that, because I just feel like it was not good for me and my mental health, and like attaching my like work life and my creative life. And there is kind of a little bit of that and like wanting to move towards making this my job, but at the same time posting like the nostalgic content, the 90s like butter mom content just gives me more of a slowdown, and I have so much more balance with posting content, with doing more of the nostalgia stuff, because it's not directly about my life. Oh my gosh, these flies. It's helped me to have a little bit more balance in my life with work, and it helps me to have a little bit more balance with my work, with my creativity, because I don't feel like I have to film every single thing in my life. And so many people ask, like, what is a butter mom? And what do you mean when you say like 90s butter mom content? And I feel like it can be, I don't know, interpreted in so many different ways. But for me, it is just bringing back the simplicity that I had in my childhood in the 2000s with less technology, and just applying that to my kids' childhood and my parenthood, because we don't use iPads. We use the big TV. Like my kids will watch shows and movies every now and again, but they are not inundated with technology all the time. And I think that's for a purpose. And I know like once they get into school and as they get older, they're going to be around more technology, but right now I just want them to live as slow of a childhood as possible. I struggle with that myself. I struggle with screen time, especially with wanting to create content and be a content creator. I am constantly on my phone. I do have a work from home job, so I'm constantly on my computer. I'm constantly answering emails, on meetings, different things like that. And I just want to make like a lifestyle shift of like, yes, this is something that I have to do, but everything outside of that, I would love to live a little bit slower. And I feel like that was a big transition for me into doing the 90s butter mom content and what I want to do going forward, because I have found so much more balance in my day-to-day life with creating this type of content and truly having fun and enjoying what I'm creating versus just creating content to make money, to get out of a job because I want to change my life. And I feel like that's a really hard balance too, because I want to pursue this, but also in the season of my life right now, I need the stability of my 9-to-5 job. I'm in a job that I absolutely love right now, and I'm just in a season of supporting my husband since he is new in his business. We're just in a season of needing the stability from my job to get where we need to be. All these little things are stepping stones, and I am trying to build my social media. I'm trying to build this on the side, and after I kind of switched to posting this more nostalgic like 90s butter mom content, I've just found so much joy in creating content again and sharing things with you guys. And I know my YouTube probably won't all be like cozy vlogs. I still want to do more real life things and vlogs and sharing updates about my garden in the future, just like home projects that we have planned doing. So now that we're staying here, we are going to make our house like maximum cozy, do all the little projects that we wanted to do over the past 2 years in the midst of like, do we want to do this because we're moving? Do we not want to do this because we're moving? And just finishing all of those little projects in the meantime, and just working on being more content with the season of life that we're in, which is really hard, being inundated with social media. And it just wraps back around to the whole 90s butter mom trend. I am consuming less content because I'm creating creating more content, and I just feel like I have so much more balance in my life. The only times of day that I'm filming on my phone are in the mornings before I get on for work or before my kids are awake for the morning, and then throughout my whole day, sometimes on my lunch I'll respond to comments or post some stories, different things like that, but I am scrolling so much less. And then I'll film my evening vlogs, and I try not to inconvenience my family with filming as much as I can. My kids, usually when I am fixing dinner, they are watching a show or they're playing in their room, so it's not really a hindrance on them. They're not seeing me on my phone any more than they're used to seeing me on my phone, and I've really tried to take and block those times out in my day. So I'm not constantly on my phone, I'm not constantly thinking about content, I'm just not constantly inundated with that, and that is what I was struggling with before, on top of all the other things going on in my life, and it was just leading to a lot of burnout in a lot of different areas of my life. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I just wanted YouTube to be a space where I can be cozier, I can post longer, creative, like more cinematic, cozy vlogs, but also just connect with you guys on a different level and be able to chat about things that are going on in my life a little bit more long-winded than I can on like TikTok and Instagram.
A few moments later.
With all of this to say, I just want to say I'm incredibly grateful and thankful for all of you who have been here through my many seasons of social media. And I know I posted a few videos ago about how I want social media to change my life, and I do still feel that way. I want to work towards making this more of an income for myself, but I'm just not as concerned with that, like, facet of social media. I would love to build more of a community, just have this as a creative outlet for me outside of my 9-to-5 job versus like an exit plan. Because again, I was just not in a great mindset with work when I made those last videos, and now I just feel like I'm in such a better headspace. I'm in such a better job. I am so excited to see where this is going to go, and posting all this new content and just finally feeling like I've found it with what I've been trying to portray, what I've been wanting to post about, just kind of the community that I wanted to grow with so many people that I can talk to and resonate with. And like, I just never understood people being content creators and having people who follow them that felt like friends. And I do feel like I'm getting to a point of having that on like TikTok and Instagram, and I would love to have that on here. Just the same people that I see over and over again who are also posting content, I'm posting content, and we're just kind of on the same page about a lot of different things, and it's just really supportive and really uplifting. So I just feel like I'm moving into such a good and such a sweet season of life, despite all the things that are still going on in the background. I just wanted to finish this video off by saying I'm so grateful and so thankful for all of you that are here. Please leave in the comments if there's any sort of content that you love, or if you follow me elsewhere that you've seen from me that you would love longer content for. But I will leave all of my other social medias linked for you guys if you want to follow me over there again for more live updates. I try my best to post every day, every other day on my social media. I'm really excited to get back into YouTube when I don't really know what that looks like yet, but I'm going to shoot for once a month from here on out. And if I feel like I have more capacity to do more than that, I might do a few extras in there, try to get on a better schedule with YouTube. I'm going to stop yapping because I feel like this is the most Midwest goodbye outro of a video. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.